Good morning, everyone. I'm here today as a representative of LVT, and I want to start by thanking the City Council and this community for giving me the opportunity to speak. We know that when you hear about security cameras, especially in Austin, you think about privacy.
And sir, I'm sorry, could you state your name for the record?
Matthew Dighton.
Thank you.
With LVT. Privacy concerns are valid. It's an issue we hear about all the time, and especially when some companies don't prioritize privacy. I want to take a few moments to directly address some of the questions that have come up regarding our units and privacy. I've been speaking to members of the community all morning out in front of the building. Our cameras are not designed for mass surveillance. They are strategically placed in specific locations to address security needs. It's important to understand that our systems do not use facial recognition or track specific individuals. Our focus is on making an area safer. We take our commitment to your privacy very seriously. When it comes to the video footage, our customers own and monitor their units. The video is automatically deleted after 45 days, and on average, over 99.99% of it is never kept longer than that. If the city, as our customer, needs to share footage with law enforcement, that's their choice. We don't share any data or video footage ourselves unless required by a valid subpoena or warrant. The strict policy ensures privacy is protected and that we follow the law. Our employees only have access for a valid business reason, and even then, they must have explicit permission from the customer to view the camera footage or feeds. Ultimately, our top priority is to provide a safe and secure environment for everyone. Our units have features like lights and loudspeakers that are designed to deter crime before it happens. We do not share footage with third parties unless authorized by a customer or required by a legal process. We are committed to making sure our technology is used responsibly to build a safer community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other public speakers?
Yes, after Silver White Mountain, we have Amy Winslow, Clarissa Ortiz, Koja Rami, and Tatiana Arnold.
Hello, Council. Silver White Mountain here. First of all, we shouldn't be so serious all the time at this half hour. Now, this would be out of character for the norm, but not in my case. It's my 3 minutes, and I can talk about anything I want. So the topic today is about fashion. For summer 2025 men's shirts, the color on trend included soft pastels like lavender, pistachio, and mint green. Also popular were classic blues and buttery yellow. Some men were even brave enough to wear pink this past summer. I saw one gentleman wear an entire outfit of pink. Now I'm going to speak about what y'all wear on camera. This took place on the City Council budget work session on 8/7/2025, televised on 8/9/2025. The floral mayor wore a floral tie that was very captivating. Then he added a lavender shirt, or that's the color it looked like on TV, and it was very pleasant. He also added a gray sport coat. Then the pin on the lapel was very striking. It took him over the top. What I saw was very becoming to the eye. I tried to expand it, but then I remembered I was not on my phone. I'd like to also mention Mark Duchin, District 10. He also wore the color lavender. He chose to wear a lavender polo shirt and light gray sport coat. He was also on trend. Not everyone can pull these colors off, but these two sure did. Just letting y'all know your public is watching and not just what comes out of your mouth. Now, pedantally speaking, this was televised 5 minutes later than the actual time when it took place live. It could have been synchronized. Since I still got time, next time I will be speaking in regards to the police, constables, and sheriffs who moonlight as security and who are stationed at certain department stores as deterrents. I'm concerned because they are always on their phones, texting, and I can bet it is not security related. Now, my pretties, in the meantime, I'm going to need you to create an app where y'all can tell what the police phones are doing while they are working. I'm leaving now before someone drops a house on me.
That's me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the levity and the fashion tips. Next speaker.
Hello, my name is Amy Winslow, and I've been a proud resident of the Barton Hills neighborhood for almost 40 years. In the light of the terrifying acts that took place in our neighborhood on September 10th, I stand here as a concerned citizen asking you, our city officials, for help. We need your help to realign our attention, focus, and funds alongside APD to prevent this from ever happening again in the future. If you aren't familiar with the events that took place that morning, a man murdered his girlfriend, then shot a police officer near Barton Springs Pool, and then made his way into our neighborhood through the Greenbelt in the early morning hours. Still armed, he ultimately passed by St. Mark's Episcopal Church, where my youngest son is a preschool student, and Barton Hills Elementary, where my oldest son is a second grader. The messaging we received from APD and AISD sent conflicting language about the safety of our neighborhood, and therefore many families had either already dropped their children off at school or were in the process of doing so. During this time, the armed fugitive walked freely among unsuspecting students, families, and educators, all making their way to these campuses. Even after repeated identifications to AISD, PD, and APD by concerned parents, he forced his way into a private home doors down from the school, where he was finally stopped by the homeowner. These movements have been reconstructed in a community-created map, which I've shared with you today. This map and timeline also captures the communication and lack thereof from both APD and AISD to our neighborhood and school families. Not only are there giant gaps in the communication, please note the timestamps, but the messages themselves are conflicting and misleading. The truth is, we are lucky we are not living out our worst nightmare with the loss of any of our children, but this was way too close. What this event opened our eyes to is that there's so many holes in the system that can't be ignored. We need a clear plan, real accountability, and focused attention. And today I'd like to invite your help and support on the following action items. First, we ask that APD align its incident terminology and procedures with AISD PD, including triggers for shelter-in-place and lockdown orders. Universal language between APD, AISD, AISD PD, and eventually us families is crucial. As a parent that morning, having to decipher these mixed messages, layered with the chaos and fear of the situation, was truly unacceptable. I ended up relying on firsthand accounts from my friends and neighbors of what they were seeing in real time. Secondly, we ask that the City of Austin, APD, and AISD adopt a child-focused shelter-in-place playbook. This would need to include developing protocols to individually notify licensed child care centers, preschools, and all other schools when such a campus is in the boundaries of an APD shelter-in-place order. We believe this could prevent tragedies on an even wider scale.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Chair.
Councilmember Alter?
Yes, first off, I just wanted to thank you and the other Barton Hills parents for coming. I will be at the meeting tomorrow, so I'm hoping that we can address some of the questions and concerns that have been put here today. And as someone who tries to get 2 kids to elementary school every morning, I know the challenges in doing just that, and the fact that you had this incident layered on top of that with the confusion and, of course, the desire to keep your kids safe. I can't imagine just what that experience was like, and I want to make sure that it never happens again. And so I've been working with the police chief and our management staff to put some of the protections in place that you've talked about, and hopefully tomorrow we can talk more about that. But I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, and we're looking forward to tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
My name is Kojo Rahimi. I'm here with LVT again, just to speak on the previous item 33 agenda. So again, all council members that are here today, thank you for the time and the opportunity to be able to share this with you. So first, let me pull this a little closer here. First, I want to acknowledge the concerns that many of you and many of our neighbors across Austin have raised. When we talk about cameras and technology in our public spaces, people understandably worry about privacy, about being watched, and about whether their personal information will be misused. These are real concerns, and they deserve to be addressed openly. That is why our approach is simple. The City of Austin, not Live View Technologies, owns and controls every second of video. We do not monitor it, and we do not share it. Footage is encrypted, access is tightly controlled by the city, and it is not released without proper legal process. Our systems do not record audio. They do not use facial recognition and cannot track individuals. In short, this technology is about safety, not surveillance. And that safety is urgently needed. Too often we hear from families who feel unsafe in their own neighborhoods or at their local parks. We've seen how visible deterrent units equipped with lights, alerts, and real-time access can change that story. In communities across the country, these solutions have reduced crime by as much as 40 to 70%. More importantly, they've restored a sense of peace for residents who just want to walk home at night or let their kids play without fear. This isn't about technology, it's about partnership, and our commitment is to stand alongside the City of Austin, providing a solution that strengthens, not replaces law enforcement, empowers community safety, while respecting civil liberties. Council members, Austin is a city known for innovation and for inclusivity, as well as for doing things the right way. By moving forward with this partnership, you are affirming that we can have both safety and privacy, as well as both progress and accountability. On behalf of LiveView Technologies, I thank you for your time, and I hope that the members of this council will approve this step toward a safer, stronger Austin for all of us.
Thank you very much.
All the speakers for noon have been called.
Thank you very much, Clerk. And with all the...
I'm assuming everybody's ready. Okay, good. But in that case, it is 3:07 p.m. and we are out of the closed session. In closed session, we discussed real estate matters related to item number 64. There being no further business to come before the Austin City Council at this regular scheduled meeting on September 25th, 2025, without objection, the City Council the meeting is adjourned at 3:08 p.m. Thanks, everybody.